All right, guys, let's get ready to rock and roll. So, guys, look, as I said, my name is Jermaine. And for those who don't know me, I've been trading in this space for coming up to a decade. Absolutely love everything trading. As you know me, as you get to know me, you get to see me on the platform, etc., etc. And these calls are set up not just for people that just want to make money or take trades on a day, but we have to mix it up with a little bit of education as well, a little bit of direction in terms of where it is that you need to go, especially if you've been on the platform, let's say 1 to 3 months, even 1 to 6 months. Um, we're still going to do a little bit of education for you as well. So guys, look, I just want to just check if you're new on the platform. Let's say when I say new, I'm talking about maybe 1 to 3 months. If you've been here for 1 to 3 months, drop a 777 in the chat so we know who we're speaking to in terms of new people on the platform. And I know there's been a host of new people on the platform because I've seen you all popping up in the groups, etc., etc. And we've got some 777s coming through. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So guys, this first half of this call is going to be really dedicated to you. So if you're on here and you're a seasoned trader or you're waiting for us to go through the charts, etc., etc., just please bear with us because we want to get the newbies up to speed, right? We want to get them seasoned and prepped, ready to start cooking on the charts. You know what I'm saying? So look, we're going to get rocking and rolling, and then we will go on to do some chart work, and then let's see if we can actually take some trades, if this trade's available to us to take as well. And then my brother Silver Surfer is going to come up as well, and obviously show us what he does on the charts and go through a few trades that he took as well. So guys, look, I'm going to kick this off, and I've had a few messages around what should I do next? Like, what should I do next? Even though some people have been onboarded, they're still not sure. Now, this is completely understandable. This journey that you're about to embark on is probably going to be one of the most testing journeys, but also the most rewarding journeys that you can ever have. So I always say to people, you need to be here no minimum than 12 months to be really able to tell if this is for you or not, okay? Because trading is a little bit outside of our control. Okay, we ride the market, we serve the market, we do not control the market. Okay, so you want to be here minimum 12 months, and I'm going to be sharing with you a few videos that can get you started very quickly, that you can start to test and trial inside of your demo account. Okay, so first and foremost, let me just open up, let me share my screen. Boom, boom, boom. Share screen two. Right, and I'm going to log into my back office, my NVU back office. Okay, so all of you should have your own login details, your own passwords, usernames, all that sort of stuff. All right, so when you log into your back-end office, this is not a product-based course. I'm not going to be going to any of the products or travel or anything like that. I'm going to be going straight to the TNT, which is the trade and travel, but I'm talking about the travel, the trade side anyway. So as you can see where my mouse is flashing, you can see if you come to the left-hand side here, you're going to see TNT. You click there. Okay, you click there. And you must have an active subscription, guys. This is very important for you. Don't rely on other people's subscriptions and then sharing. Have your own subscription so you have your own destiny, okay? You have your own destiny. So once you clicked on here, you can go to live education up here. So I didn't click that. And then that will take us now to the TNT website, okay? It is a slightly different website. It's still controlled by NVU, still managed by NVU. And then you can go into log in. Okay, if you've logged in already, all your credentials will already be there preset. So you can log straight in. If you see this message, don't worry, just click login again. Okay. Don't think there's something wrong or your credentials are not working and you need to type it in again. Just click login again and it will log you in. So here's your TNT back office. Okay, now there's a host of things that you can be doing here. I always recommend no less than 1 hour a day, guys. Listen, when you start to see the progress of you making, I don't know, 20 pounds a day, 30 pounds a day, then you start to take it to 3 figures a day, then you start taking it to 4 figures a day, you are going to pat yourself on the back that you actually divulged and you submerged yourself into this education, because it's the education that actually is the nuts and bolts for your vehicle to get you to where you need to be. You see, the vehicle is actually the institutions, is actually the financial markets. But the nuts and bolts for your vehicle to hold it all together, especially when it's at high speeds, is going to be your education. It's going to be your mindset. It's going to be your whole sort of philosophy around money. Okay. So if you scroll down right here, you're going to see some of the educators here as well. Then you can see some promo stuff. You can see join the Telegram group, etc., etc. And then you're going to see the different categories of where it is that you can start to invest your time in, depending on what it is that you desire. So let's say Forex isn't your thing, you want to go to e-commerce or you want to go to real estate, it's all there for you as well. Now, they are separate packages. Yeah, they are separate packages. So you will need to purchase that package to be able to divulge into it. But I believe we have the promo on, oh, no, the promo just finished actually, which was 1 month free of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been e-commerce or real estate. So you want to keep looking out for those promos. If you don't have an auto ship, look out for those promos, because you'll be able to divulge into something that could be free. You never know how that's going to take your journey to a whole nother level as well. So as you can see on the left-hand side here, you've got the calendar, you've got educators, you've got the academy, you're training out the back office and so on and so on. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you free videos, just free videos that me personally, when anybody comes into this opportunity, I show them these free videos first and foremost, okay? Now, it's free videos are from Richard Hall, and there's a reason why I share these free videos, not because I believe that they are the best videos over everybody else. But when I came into this opportunity, I had a coach, he said to me, listen, Jay, I need you to watch these free videos. Once you watch those free videos, you'll be able to take a trade. You'll be able to take a trade, or you become very familiar with the most popular, well, one of the most popular strategies on the platform. So what do? We pass on that knowledge to the newbies as well, to make sure that you can also follow suit. So if you see somebody trading with this particular strategy, if you've watched these free videos, you wouldn't have the same or similar knowledge of what's going on to everybody else on the call. Okay, so these strategies by Richard Hall, aka Pops, absolutely an amazing educator. I really look up to this guy. When I first saw him on the platform, I was like, wow, like this guy, he's got the energy, he's got the charisma, he's got the results, he's doing it for his family and so on and so on. So he's really someone that I gravitated to and said, you know what, that's a really good style and really good educator. So I put all my trust in what he's telling me, basically, okay? And I can encourage you to do the same as well. So you want to go to over here where it says favorite sessions, okay? Favorite sessions. Click on your favorite sessions, and then another screen will pop up. Excuse my internet, it's a little bit lagging on this side. So if I do lag a little bit, please just excuse me on that. Boom, boom, boom. So here we go. So all the sessions that are actually hosted are all recorded, okay? So if you miss a session, don't feel like, oh, do you know what, I've missed it, I'm never going to go back to it. No, no, no. Go back into your back office and go and watch the recording, okay? So you've got the past sessions, you've got the latest sessions, but there's free videos that I need you to write down. So if you've got a pen and a pad, or you want to take a screenshot, I need you to kind of write this down. So the first one is this one right here. The market bully strategy start here. Okay. This is one of the first videos that I will tell you to watch. Now, yes, you are going to watch majority of the videos. Guys, I've watched so many videos, even though I've been trading in this space for this length of time. You can never be stunned on knowledge, okay? Because somebody's going to teach you a little bit of tweak or a little bit of something that can perfect your trading strategy. So you want to watch this here, very first video. Then you want to watch It's Easy as 1, 2, 3, okay? It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Write that one down as well. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we've got another video, which is going to be Profit Max. Okay, Profit Max. Write this down, Profit Max. Now, within the first 72 hours, even the first 48 hours, You want to watch those free videos and start to implement those these free strategies. The information from these free videos and the strategies onto your trading view. Okay, you want to implement the same strategy onto your trading view. Now, you may need a bit of help with that if you're fairly new. That's fine. Get back to the person that's enrolled you. Get back to your coach, your mentor, whoever's helping you out, so that they can kind of navigate you around trading view. In fact, we actually done a recording on trading view, which we'll post in the group as well. So if you're new and you've never used trading view before, we will post the video that was done in terms of how to navigate around trading view, so that you can start to do that immediately. Guys, the aim of the game here, I'm going to tell you this is a little bit of a secret here. The aim of the game here is to not waste time. Okay? The aim of the game here is not waste time. Every minute that you can, that is undivided, forget all, the Love Islands and all the scrolling and all that sort of stuff. Just for a moment, okay? Just for a moment. Go and get these free videos, implement it, and start pressing the button. Okay, as Crystal Lee says, press the button. Okay, press the button. Just do something. Okay, don't waste too much time. So you want to watch those free videos. Now, you might eventually want to start watching different educators. Okay, and that's absolutely okay, because there's an array of educators. Some people like certain people's style, their voice, their charisma, the way they look, whatever the case is, find your educator. But those free videos, I'm giving those free videos so you don't need to start swimming and fishing and looking for everything that you get confused. Those free videos, watch those, start trading, and then start to implement at least an hour a day into your trading journey, and then start to implement what you've learned. Okay. There's 4 different types of knowledges. I want you to focus on the first 2 types of knowledges, okay? The first 2, which is learn knowledge and then action knowledge, okay? The first 2, learn knowledge, action knowledge. So if you're a newbie, that's the first things that you want to be doing on this call. So guys, look, that's all I wanted to show you from this point of view, okay? If you need to, obviously in different languages, we're having different languages and stuff like that. But if you need to kind of just get a refresher, obviously this call is recorded. I will post it. And then you can obviously just, refresh yourself in terms of what needs to be done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of the actual strategy that I've been talking about from Pop. So look, I've actually got it loaded up here, so I can actually show you right now as well. Okay, so you can see the strategy and how simple the strategy actually is. Now, as I said, some of you may not even know what a chart looks like. You might be so new, you don't even know what a chart looks like, but that's okay. You're going to learn the skill set. You're going to get this work, and you're going to eventually, as long as you stick at it, you learn, you apply, you're eventually going to get the bag as well. So guys, look, the strategy is very, very simple. It's above or below green arrow, red arrow, above or below green line or red line, and these little chevrons here to take the trade. And then you've got a support and resistance. Guys, the strategy is so simple. That's why we encourage you to start here, okay? Just imagine you said, you know what, I'm going to press the button right here, and I'm going to be buying this market AUD USD. You would have literally earned yourself, let's say you got it from the top of the key, you would have got yourself maybe at least, I don't know, a 20 pip trade or something along those lines. So what am I talking about? Where are we? Yeah, 20 pip trade. Okay. So you or 200 pip trade actually. So basically you would have capitalized just by pressing the button on this particular strategy. Okay. So that's just a sneak preview of what it actually looks like. Now the settings and all that sort of stuff, he goes through all of the settings, where to correct the settings, where to set the settings, all that sort of stuff is actually on the video itself. So look guys, without further ado, we're going to keep this call moving very, very swiftly. Let me stop sharing my screen. And we're going to get someone on the call right now who's going to be going through the charts. But just before that, guys, I just want to make sure that everybody clear on what I was just showing you. Is everyone clear? Type of AC in the chat if it's all clear. Okay, it's all clear. And you promise yourself that you're going to get working ASAP. Okay, I see the AC's coming through. I see the AC's coming through. Good, 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 good. Okay, so look, let's swiftly move on. We want to make sure that we get that chart working as well for the season, guys. Let's see if we can get some trades on. So I'm going to be bringing up Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, are you there? Are you there? Where you at? Where you at, my bro?
I'm here, bro. Can you hear me and see me?
I can't see you, but I'm going to change the view so I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see you now. Just before you come on, bro, I want to quickly just go over that trade that I done last week, Tuesday.
Yeah, sure. Let's go through it.
Yeah, let me just run that, but you don't go nowhere, man. You stay on the call, man, back to back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Let me just close that for a moment and go here. What was it again? It was
AUD USD, I believe.
I have to remember what trade it was now. I'm taking so many trades, man. I have to remember what trade it was again now. It was
It's A.
AUD USD, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. That was yeah. This trade. Oh man, this trade paid for my holiday, bro. This trade paid for my holiday. No cap. This it tested me. It tested my patience, but we got there in the end. So guys, look. If you were on the trade, if you want to call, if you were on the trade, see, look, I can't even talk about saying the trade word. If you were on the call last week, Tuesday, we called out this particular trade here on AUD USD, and we caught it from the top of the key. Now, when it went back up, I think some people might have got capped out. I did do a short video to jump back into the trade. And look, guys, we really made some decent profit on this trade. And it stopped exactly where we believed it will stop. So this here, a little fake out, but look what it done. It came back and then started to reverse itself as well. So not only was the entry on fire, but also the take profit was also on fire. On this particular trade, there was no TP1, TP2, TP3. It was ride it out. It was test your discipline, test your patience, ride it out. And guys, we're going to be looking for some more trades like that on this session as well. So Silver Surfer, look, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to spotlight you. Take it away, bro.
Thanks a lot, bro, and appreciate you. And yeah, that AUD USD trade did catch sweet up. I know we spoke about that one already, but yeah, what can I say? Hang on. First of all, everyone drop some fire emojis, drop some sevens in the chat for Jermaine as well, because he's just helped a lot of you there, especially who's just got started, just to help navigate you through the avenues of where you need to go, where you first start, and things like that. That's actually priceless. So, well, thank you so much for doing that as well, for everyone. And yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over what in fact, actually, bro, you could stay there as well, because I want to get your thoughts on this as well. I know you was on this session this morning at 6 a.m. Let me share my screen. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Well, yeah, so I did call out a trade this morning. As you can see, this is GBP USD. I'm currently looking on the 4-hour time frame. So what that means is each of these candles represents the price movement for every 4 hours. So, and this is also a trading view. I've got it on a basic looking one. So it look quite similar to this for all those that's getting, so for all those that's quite new to trading and new to trading view. I've got it set like this, so it's going to be more relatable as well for you to understand for when you start looking yourself. Now, this morning I called out a trade at this price here. I don't know if you can see the prices. The numbers here you can see on the right hand side is actually the price and the value of the currency pairings that we're in. So we're in GBP, which is the Great British Pound, against USD, which is the US dollar. Hope you are with me on that. Now, our entry price that I did call out today was 1.29500. Now, for all those that's new, what that means is for every £1, it was worth, you'd get back $1.29. So that's just the difference in value of the price at that point. Now, I did say that the price and the market was going to be a sell. And if you can see this blue line here, this was our TP or take profit one. And as you can see, it came straight down and it hit that before going back up to entry. So for all those that was on the session this morning and took that trade, we did make a nice profit this morning. And that profit, in terms of pips, I'll explain what pips means in a second, was around 33 to 35 pips. Now, pips is short for points in percentages. So for, say, for example, you'd put on, for example, 20 pence onto this trade, your 20 pence will multiply by the 35 pips or so that it was. So I don't know if anyone's quick with maths, but I will work that out for you quickly. So, or if anyone can pop that in the chat for me. But basically, more money will multiply. Let's see. In fact, let's see who knows this answer, especially for the newbies. Okay, I'm seeing £8.50. Or is that how much you made on that one? Well, for all those that are wondering, probably be about 7.20. In fact, yes, 7, you're very close. So about £7.20 you would have made from your 20 pence on that trade. Now, as you can see, the price came down, hit it, and it's gone back up to our entry. And I did say on our session this morning that the price, as it moves in waves, might come back up and retest this area to then come back down to hit our take profit 2 margin right here, which is at 1.29450. Now, this might happen all tomorrow. It might happen by Thursday. But as I stated as well on this morning session, this week, beginning of the month, Judge Powell speaks in America and speaks about the top US tech companies and the economic growth out in the States, and that has a major influence on the markets. So every first Friday of the month, we have what is called non-farm payroll, or you'll see put in letters as NFP. So I did advise that anyone that is currently trading by end of play Thursday, I would advise you do come out of the trades unless you are quite seasoned in trading during that period. Now, if you are with me so far, drop a 2 in the chat. Okay, I see the 2s coming in. Right, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay on the chart here. I'm going to zoom out so it gives you a better view of what's been happening the last couple of days, and what could potentially be happening. So I'm going to come to the day chart. Now, on this chart, each of these candles represents the price movement over the course of the whole day. So you have today, You have yesterday, which is Monday. Here you have Friday, because the markets, although we could say we trade 24/7, that's more or less the crypto side, that's 24/7. In terms of Forex, commodities, indices, it's 25/7, call it. So 5 days of the week. Now, the price has come down, and you can see here, this area here is a price action zone. You can see the price is moving about in this area here. But as you can see, the price had moved down, hit take profit as it did previously. It's come back up and retested this line here as it has done previously. So it is more inclined to be coming back down and filling the space and the gap to where the price action last was, which we have to come all the way back here to February really to see where the price last came here. Now, if you think of the market as, say, a kettle, this is like a kettle right now. So the kettle's been boiling. The temperatures rose, it's bubbled over, and now it's just cooling off. And as it cools off, the price then begins to fall. Eventually, it will start to go back up again, but right now it's still cooling down. Between silver moves very similar with gold, and a lot of people are quite more likely aware that gold hit an all-time high. It's actually the same with silver. Silver has actually hit an all-time high as well. In fact, and also the same with EUR USD. Everything against the USD has been hitting all-time highs. Let me get you an example now. I'm going to get gold up. I might be known as Silver Surfer, but I can trade gold too. Okay, now, as you can see here with gold hit an all-time high here at just over $3,150 per 8 ounce of gold. Now, if we flick onto silver, so I have my markups here. And as you can see, I've brought this little menu out. This is something you'll learn to do over time as you get familiar with TradingView also. Now, I'm on silver. Now, these are my markups for silver when I call these trades out on the TNT app. So you're actually getting a little sneak peek to my markups, to what you see coming out on the app. Now, I'm going to drop this down to the 4-hour chart. Now, I called this trade out on Friday. And when I called the trade out, I called it out at 34.250, which the price was around here, where you can see this black line that I'm pointing to. That was the entry there, that entry price. Now, you can see that it dropped a little bit and then came up after it take profit 1. It came down, hit take profit 2, went back up. And early on today, it actually came down and hit take profit 3. So anybody that was in that trade to take profit 3 from Friday, well done. That was actually around 750 pips or points in percentages, as you can see there. 750 pips. Now, that's your little sneak peek on silver. I'm going to go back onto our trade for GBP USD. If you enjoyed that little sneak peek on the markup for silver, drop a silver in the chat or drop an SS. I see them coming in right now. For GBP USD, we've got another 2 sleeps before the next silver surfer session on Thursday morning at 6 a.m. So what I'm going to do is show what I'm looking for the next 2 days or the next 24 hours, call it, so that when we have our next session on Thursday morning, hopefully we will have hit some more profits by then. Now, this is on the day charts currently. And if you look here to where my mouse is, you can see there's actually 12 minutes, well, just over 12 and a half minutes left of the trading day. Then the market does actually take a little bit of a break for about an hour. So it would start back around 10:30, 11 p.m. But here what we can see here is a green candle that's trying to go up. Now, I believe it will come up to this point here first before trying to make its movement back down towards TP2. Now, for those who maybe didn't take the trade or didn't get onto the session this morning, it is actually around the price of entry for, well, nearing the price of entry where the trade was called out for. So for those that's in the group, you would actually see the entry, the stop loss, and the take profits on there. And I would advise for those who are ready and set up to trade with caution, because as I mentioned, this week is non-farm payroll. And as you can see, these little flags down here, this represents major news. And as you can see, they're all on the US flag. Now, with the news, I want to go onto something important, forexfactory.com. Now, I don't know if anyone's able to post the link in the chat in the meanwhile, but here is the news for tomorrow, for the 2nd of April. Now, yellow folder news is average news, so it's got little impact on the markets. Then you have what you can see down here, orange folder news, which can have quite some impact. And you have what you can see right here, red folder news on the US dollar. And as I mentioned, non-farm payroll, non-farm employment change. And that is going to happen around 1:15 in the afternoon tomorrow. So around the lunchtime mark. So for those, I would say for those who are new or not as experienced, or might not have a big enough account balance currently to hold in case of any major news swing in the meanwhile, or any major price action, I would say jump out of this trade around 1:45, between 12:30 and 1:45. it is very, very important, because the way the price moves, if you're not experienced and you're not ready, you will wipe out your account. So please take this message seriously. Around 12:30, 1:45, if you don't have a big enough account balance currently, if you're new and don't have the experience, do not trade this live. If you want to trade this, trade in your demo account. See what happens with the price movements in your demo account. You can't lose money in your demo account, but you can learn on what to do and what happens in your demo account. You can reload your demo account. You can have multiple demo accounts. Your demo account is there to practice on. So practice, practice, practice makes perfect. With me personally, when I first started in trading, I first started in trading May 2020. And my first 3 weeks, I was only in my demo account, practicing how the market moves, understanding the market, going through the academy, made sure I got a good understanding of what I was getting into before I traded live. And then my first week of trading live, in my 4th week, I withdrew 10K at the end of my first week. I made multiple 5 figures from trading previously, and it actually all stemmed from silver, hence why I love silver so much. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you, I'm just saying this to impress upon you what is actually capable out there, but to have the importance of being educated and doing our due diligence, doing our checks, having our confirmations, and this is part of the process. Now, am I going to say you're going to win every single trade from doing everything? No, we're going to take lessons in that time. But the key to the education is to minimize those lessons and maximize the wins and the profits. Now, something else I want to touch on as well, again, before we run out of time, is currency strength meter. Now, if you are all clear on what I've said so far, drop an AC in the chat for all clear while I get up the currency strength meter. Right now, I see the ACs in the chat. Now, as we are trading GBP USD, this is our currency strength meter here. If someone could drop this link in the chat for me also, please. Thank you very much. We are trading GBP USD. Now, it is important when looking on this, the first half of that currency pair in GBP, we want that to be first. Well, it is first. And as you can see currently here, I haven't refreshed this page. I'm just showing this currently as an example. GBP is the first currency pairing. USD is the secondary currency pairing. Now, we want to have the market to sell based on our markings currently and the trade we have currently. Now, if you come back to here, now for the market to sell, we want the Great British Pound to be to be weaker than the US dollar. So we want the pound to look more as the euro does here, and the US dollar to look either as it is or closer towards what the Australian dollar looks like. Now, with live charts, you can have 1 to 6 bars in terms of currency strength, 1 being the weakest, 6 being the strongest. Now, the best time to enter a trade and enter the market is when the currency pairing is at its lowest and currency pairing is at its strongest. Now here you can see from when this page was last refreshed, GBP and USD was about the same, which we'd call consolidation, where the price is neither going up or down. It's just staying within the same region. Now, for those that do use Chrome, there is an auto refresh feature. For those who don't have the feature set up, or for those, I'm not sure for those that's using Apple, I do apologize on that. I left my apple in the Garden of Eden, so I don't know if this feature is available. But for those that are able to, you just refresh the page and it will update the currency pairings. And you can see here that the Great British Pound is stronger currently than the US dollar. The pound is at its max strength and the US dollar is nearly at its weakest. Now, ideally, we want that to be the other way around, to say it is a strong indication for a sell. But if we go back to the charts, we'll also see that it is currently doing this thing where the price came down, hit take profit, and it's actually made its way back up. Now I'm going to quickly break this down so you can see it's on a smaller time frame, so you can get a better idea of the price movement. Now you can see the price came down from where we entered this morning, came down, went back up, retested our patience, and then came down, hit take profit 1, and has come back up to retest. Now you can see this big candle here. This could also be represented in the strength of the Great British Pound at that point. Now, the news currently comes out for us in the UK at 6 a.m. And 6 a.m. is also the time of the new 4-hour candle. Now that we've had our time change again and our clocks went forward here in the UK, our time frames for when the 4-hour candles have changed back to every 2, 6, and 10 of the hour of the day. So every 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m. Now we're approaching 10 p.m. currently, and a new 4-hour candle will come out, and it will come out here. And this previous 4-hour candle that we're just come to the end of, you can see that the price has not really gone up or down much. It stayed around the same, which could indicate that when the market opens, it could start to reverse, keyword being could. Now, it could start to do that, then come back up to this area, which is a strong possibility, as the price has done here and here and here, before then coming back down to gain momentum to come to take profit 2, breaking through this take profit 1 area, which is it's hit a number of times already. So I believe it's getting ready to come down for the sell. So for those that might not have been on the session, I will give a little treat before the call ends, and I'm actually going to give the trade out again from this morning. So for those that might be ready to write this down, you might not be able to enter the trade yet as the market's not quite open yet, so just take note. Let me just get this back up. So the entry was 1.29500. The stop loss was 1.29750. The take profit 1, which you can take this back to take profit 1 again, which is 1.28900, which is this blue line here. Take profit 2 is 1.28450. And I would say for any newbies that's here, anyone that's new to trading within your first month to 6 weeks, I would recommend, if you was trying to go further than TP1, please stop there, TP2. Anyone that's like, say, intermediate or upwards, a bit more seasoned, take profit 3 is 1.27865, and take profit 4 is 1.27000. And I did call this out as a sell limit, so it wouldn't activate till the price came back up to that price, which is roughly about here. So for new beginners, I would recommend taking it as a sell limit, because if you take this as a market execution, obviously for every point in percentage or pip that this goes up towards the stop loss, your balance will obviously go accordingly that way as well. So please bear that in mind. But if you are confident enough or you're able to hold it, it's up to you how you choose to do this. But the price will be going for a sell. Now, I hope you all gained a bit of value from this. In fact, Jermaine, I don't know if you're still there. Actually, I want to see what was on this. Your thoughts on this trade as well, quickly.
Yeah, that's a good trade. I've also got something else loading up for them as well. Definitely, yeah. I'll do GU. That trade's is very fruitful, very fruitful.
Oh, and the market has just opened back as we speak.
That's it, exactly.
So actually, while this market is open, I can give a quick example as well. From when the market does close to when it opens, sometimes you will get a little price jump. I'm just going to bring this up here. Okay, now you can see, oops, was it meant to do that there? I'll just move this up here. So you can see from here, the price jumped to this price here. Now, when the market is closed, the market is, to us as traders, the market is actually still open in the background. So when you see the price jump, it's just showing and reflecting the price movement in that time before the market opens. And the majority of the time, not saying it always does this, but majority of the time, the market will then fill the gap back up before doing its move again. So that's just a quick example as the market opens, just to give as a demonstration of what the price does do as it moves right there. Well, I don't know what was it. I'm going to actually hand this back over to you for 6, so you could quickly touch on your other markup also before the session ends.
Yeah, no problem, man. That's a fire markup, guy. Look, and do you know what, guys? This is the thing that I absolutely love about these calls. There's no hype. There's no sort of we're by driving Lamborghinis next week. This is really the process that you're gonna go through. This is the real process that you're gonna go through, especially if you want to be here a long time, making consistent money over a long period of time. Not here today, gone tomorrow. Okay, so definitely big up to you, Silver Surfer. Max respect for all your knowledge that you share within the team. Guys, look, I'm very conscious of time. I just want to jump in very quickly and give you maybe just 2 trades that I'm actually looking at right now. I'm in one already and I'm up like 6, 7 pips already. And it's USD CAD. Now you have to remember, bearing in mind the information that Jonathan's just given us, we have, some news coming up now during this week. The market could be pretty stagnant as well. It could just fluctuate just very slightly in consolidation because the buyers don't know what's going on, the sellers don't know what's going on, and when Powell opens his mouth, then they're gonna know what time it is, right? So I'm gonna quickly just share my screen very, very, very quickly. I'm not going to waste no time here. So let me know when you can see, if I can see my screen down there anyway. So look, this here, we've missed some great opportunities on this chart. But there is still time. There's always time. So obviously we can capitalize on the fact that we know that this right now is more or less a downtrend, guys. Look, we can see this big drop off. Now, at some point, this would have been recovered. At least 50% of this would have been recovered, which is done so by this peak here. Okay, people will see that and believe now that it's tending to an uptrend. No, 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 no. You got to know the markets. You have to know the markets. When you see something like this, which can be classed as falling knives, that's what my old mentor used to call it. The market will want to retrace at least 50% of the overall drop. Okay, at least 50% of the overall drop. So let's say the 50% is like, say here, it would have been roughly around here. Okay, it's already claimed that back now. So it's back on its motion down for a downtrend. So what I'm looking for, and as I said, I'm already in this trade. You feel free to jump in a trade whenever you want. I'll do the markup. I'll post it in the group as well. Okay, I'm looking for this trade now to come at least to this blue line. Okay, so let's do a little bounce up to this blue line. I'm looking for that particular trade, guys. Okay, now once again, this might take some time. Once again, this might not happen straight away, depending on what happens with news. But there's something that you all should know, and this is something that a very profitable trader told me. One of the guys that I met out here, he now lives in Dubai and all that sort of stuff. He said news does not necessarily change the whole trajectory of the trend. It might spike it out, it might play around with it, but if it's in a downtrend, it's in a downtrend. That's it, right? So it's very rare that because the news comes out, all of a sudden now it just changed trend from a downtrend straight to an uptrend. Okay. And even if it does do that, it's more likely to go up and then make its way right back down to settle out, right? So you can go and do your history on that, go and look at when the news was before, so on and so on, and do a bit of back testing for yourself. But this is the trade that I'll be looking for USD CAD. As I said, I'm already in this trade for a sell, and right now I'm up 7 pips. It's stalled, obviously, because of the time of the day. And the other trade I'll be looking for is AUD USD again, but for the buy. Okay, AUD USD, but for the buy. Now, why am I looking for a buy on this? Okay, and this is going to be more of a short-term buy, guys. It's going to be more of a short-term buy. I'm not looking to get into this long term. The reason why I would go for a short-term buy on here, okay, was purely because all of this consolidation here, okay, what the market likes to do, it likes to bounce back to where it's already been. Okay, so being that we've got this serious pullback, this rejection off of this zone here, okay, I would be looking for this market to even come more or less even, could be close back to entry, to be honest with you. Could be close back to entry for a buy. Now look, the market has slowed down. So would I jump into it right now? No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we have this area right here, okay, where it could hold and then continue to drop out. But if I see this overlap, if I see this bad boy overlap where it comes, here, 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 and then takes off, I will be in the trade at this point. Okay, I only need to see a few confirmations before I take this particular trade. Now, this is, as I said, this type of trade, It's not a long-term trade. You might want to use it's a 20 pip gain or something like that, and then get out and then move on, right? But the USD, I'm gonna hold that for a little while. That even might bounce up a little bit. That might bounce up a little bit before it actually comes down. It might bounce up to here and so on and so on, then drop down to here. And that's what I'm looking for. Keep your stop losses tight, guys. Keep your stop losses tight. I have one little confirmation. I don't really use this this like the RSI MACD thing anymore. I don't really use it that much, to be honest with you. But if you're looking for something that can give you a bit of a confirmation, this could be a bit of a confirmation that now we are now in heavy momentum to sell off. This gap between the yellow line and the red line is like a volume gap. It's telling me that we at no point right now we are looking to change directions. Okay, not like you see here where it's got a thin gap where it could potentially have changed directions, but it didn't, took off. This here telling me that it's a full sell-off. So that's what I'm trading right now, guys. If there's any more trades that I can see, I will drop the charts in the group. I'll drop the charts in the group for this one as well. So guys, like, just to respect your time, I know there's some other calls that are happening right now on the TNT app. So you can join those calls for more trading idea as well. But guys, as I said before, this is now time for implementation. This is not time to sit and watch and just try and muller and try to get it in your head and stuff like that. Take action immediately. Take action immediately, and keep it that way as well, because the momentum will give you the confidence to keep going through the trials, the tribulations, the wins, the losses, all of it. The momentum will keep you going. Okay, guys, look, that's our call for today. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week, Tuesday. Guys, what I want you to do for me is tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to jump on these calls, because we are calling out trades. Okay, so you guys, look, I look forward to seeing you next week. Silver Surfer, my bro, thanks for all the knowledge and inspiration behind the calls as well. And definitely, we will see each other on the call next week. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.